Good day and welcome back to Elementary 72 Gaming. So, yesterday, unfortunately, I ended up with a terrible migraine and I tried to make an episode, but it just came out all wrong. And when I say all wrong for that type of situation, it was worse than you can imagine. Okay. So, I actually did go on quite an adventure. I've been expanding uh, my base a little bit again, basically, so more places to go. So, wait. Oh yeah, by the way, the reason for that I'll show you in a minute. So I'm just gonna log out and grab more iron. So here's all the catches to this. I have a rough idea of how much of iron I'm gonna need for my next upgrade. And my next upgrade I need iron for two things. One is for um, one is for my character's base upgrades. So there's gonna be some metal required to upgrade things within the base. Okay, perfect. So yeah, so with my current lineup of iron, I have enough iron to actually move on to the next crazy fight. The big catch is that even with this much of iron, I'm not sure that it's enough iron for everything that I'm going to be doing. This here is going. This one is going to give a nice indication of how much iron I have here. So that is 300 iron. That's more than enough for the next set of gear that I'm going to be making. And let me show you what's going to be coming up on that. This I'm not going to make. This I'm going to make the black metal sword. Oh, I could go with the iron buckler. No, but this is what I want to. This here is also something that's gonna eat a ton of metal. There's not even enough what I have inside there. So yeah. Now you might be wondering what this table does. I will actually be. Oh, I can't do that as yet. Okay, let me just make two quick stops and then I'll take you to the new swamp. It's actually not a new swamp, it's that massive swamp. Okay, let me sleep it out. There's a few stops that I have to make before I show the changes that I'm making. Okay, so we'll save in the middle of. Okay, so with regards to what I'm going to be doing now I'm actually going to go and look for more metal. As I said, there is almost enough. 300 isn't enough, so I'm gonna need 20 for each piece of my armor. That is three pieces, right? If you look at this, these three get replaced by iron. I believe that my next coat also uses some iron in the start. But right, it's 20, 40, 60. Then it's 20, 20, 20. That is 120. And then it's 35, 35. Oh, sorry, no, it's 30, 30, 30. That's going to take me up to another crazy level. That's 90 on top of the 120. That's 210. And then the last and final one to get the padded armor up to level 4. If I am correct, if I'm incorrect, then it's lower down and I'm way over my count. The last level is 45 to a piece. So that's 90 and 135. And 135 to that there will give me about 345. So yeah, that is a heavy amount of metal. Not even enough for me to make the porcupine. Oh, sorry. This is my portal room now. I'm gonna start building up the portal room. The portal room takes a few steps to be ready. Now over here you'll see that there's a whole lot of markings. Ironically enough, I think I would have come out right here had I gone the other way. Oh yeah, and I've been slaying trolls. I've been slaying rock golems. I can slay just about all of them. The thing I'm very afraid of is definitely hobgoblins and goblins. Sorry, goblins, because those things are just going to eat through my armor. A lot of people don't realize how crazy difficult this is. Oh yeah, this says yeah, troll actually fought me up. I killed it by hand. It just so happens that my silver shield is strong enough to parry it. Unfortunately, my silver shield is not strong enough to parry the planes 100%. There is something in the planes that will even kick my butt. Is this one unidentified? Yes, it is. Oh, this is even better. I jump in, I open it up, zoom in, and I'm just dropping this on everyone that I have gone to before. There is zero. This isn't. This is just a straight up. You can use it. Come again? Oh yeah, there is another bone nest location that I found. Crazily enough, it's right here nearby. Now, one of the more crazy metals to keep up with as you progress is actually copper. Ironically enough, copper is a real pain to gather compared to iron or black metal. Black metal is gathered while you're fighting in the plains, so you're gonna end up with tons of it. It just um, piles up like crazy. There's a simple reason why I'm depositing everything over on the side. It's because of the portals, obviously. So here's another thing to know about all of this craziness when it comes to gathering up your excess resources. Distance. Oh yeah, here's something else which I think is a bit crazy. In the plains, 200 health with padded clothing can be two hits, and that is if you get unlucky to fight the oversized goblins. They're basically the brute goblins. They call it hobgoblins if I remember correctly. But anyway, when they come in, they just hammer you. And then there's shamans with their long range strikes. If you compare this to any other swamp I've been to, this is ridiculous. It's enough to. This swamps would make your entire game. I'm obviously going to save this. Actually, no, this here is actually reminding me of something. I built a crazy sized base a long time ago with one of my friends from YouTube, Havoc, and um, I don't know if he has any no, he doesn't have any new content that I do know. Um, I don't know if he is still making content, but if you want to have a look at the crazy old days for YouTube content from my side, you can have a look at it by going over to that channel because we all took part in all that craziness together. Okay, so another crazy thing about doing what I'm doing with um, farming out all of these, if you were to use particular cheats, your weapons, when they break, you can instantly repair them while you're inside these tombs. Now, obviously, I can see a reason why someone might say that's cheating, and yeah, technically it is, but you can do that. And I would actually suggest it for a lot of people. The reason behind it is if you don't have double bases like me or triple bases, you're going to have to go and set up a small cabin on a second server. And provided you haven't killed any bosses, right? You're not going to have any crazy raids. So if you haven't passed the second boss, the worst thing that you're going to get hit with is the forest moves against you. And that moves against you is just going to be a few. Oh, sorry, I actually lost track of my next sentence. When that forest moves against you, it's just a few deer and a few boars all chasing at you. And you will notice this that the forest moves against you actually gives you a ton of resources. No? There was a meat, uh, scrap meat in the center. The biggest. I thought he was dead. A lot of people will actually come through these places and find different boss locations because fighting bosses in different places makes a big difference. This would have been a better swamp for bone mess, ironically enough. It's much better for a boss fight. Now, what you gonna do? I really hate fighting the elites, to be honest. The elites really pack a punch. A lot of people will know what I mean by they pack a punch, and a lot of people will hate them as much as me, if not more. Something is not getting picked up. Good night. Now, I don't like showing too much of jumping around because a lot of people think that it's mainly for saving my butt, which is what it was originally discovered for. Oh, yeah, just for information regarding the worlds, I've actually reset one of my worlds before. And it's not because of something not so crazy, it's because of something really crazy. My data got lost. I lost the entire world, ironically enough, and I had to return to one. So I ended up going back and and resetting the entire server. I ended up losing about 2 days, and a part of it was my character. My character lost all of their gear. That was my original Iron Sledgehammer, my original Frostnir, my original black metal um, shield. A whole lot of things went, and to be honest, it was quite the painful loss. I ended up losing so much of progression because of that I ended up actually respawning all the materials to get it done, and that was the biggest loss that I ever went through when it came to to imagine that is the weakest possible arrow that you can use. Good night, Blobby. yeah, it's been quite a while since I've had a death. And the main reason is I've been eating a lot of food to keep my health up. Oh, I'm already at weight limit. Now, a lot of people won't understand why um, you hit your weight limit so easy going through all of this. And the reason is pretty stupid, to be honest. It's because you don't have enough weight capacity to actually fully mine out any one of these. I'm gonna repair my axe while I'm at it, my pickaxe. The At the end of the day, if you want to experience the game the most hardcore, you can set up a portal at the entrance of each one of these. It's something that I did quite a bit of, and I've set up traps at the front so that I couldn't get ambushed. Because at certain times you get ambushed. I'm really not going to hate this place too much. I made the mistake of not completing the very repair that I said I wanted to make. So yeah, this is the crazy part of mining a massive swamp like this here. If this is the same swamp, there's 20 crops. And if this is the exact same model that I used before, there's another 3 swamps of similar size on this map. So you can only imagine how much of resources there is. overloaded because the boxes had too much of iron. Uh, in case you think that this is a lot of iron, this is nothing. Um, I had a base that was much larger than this here. Each room was the size of, what was it? Was a 12 by 12. So this room is literally half the size of what each room was in that series. And if you think that is the big crazy part, you're totally wrong. The crazy part about that series was the fact that that their entire base was four rooms with a passageway the same size as the rooms. So yeah, that was crazy. The rooms were so big that if someone wanted to sleep in it, they'd actually have enough space for multiple beds. The kitchen was so big that I had multiple pots set up for people to cook at, and I had multiple fireplaces, the stone fireplaces for people um, to cook food inside, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure if I completed my kitchen, to be honest. I know that my processing room was much more crazy. There were five blast furnaces internally. Oh yeah, you can't process black metal in the regular. One moment. Didn't even get to poison. Oh, I'm not getting through this wall. was actually half terrified that the place would be filled with blobs. Oh, and this is a dead end. And get another dead end. In case you're thinking that all of these were this tiny, almost all of my metal at the base that you saw earlier came from one of the tombs that I went through in my first game. I'm actually enjoying this. Okay, I don't know why it's not logging out. Don't tell me I get a crash right now. No, I'm not getting a crash. Whoop. That is a dead end. Suspect this is also a dead end. I love that. Let me just be a jerk to this guy. Withered bones are for bone mass. Now here's something crazy. I've never seen anybody attempt this, but I know that it is physically impossible for you to complete the game like this without upgrading to the max level. Can you actually complete the game? And my answer to that is no. There is no way that you could do it without. There is no way you could beat any of the bosses without a high level set of armor. So even if you have the very first level, you'll never make it through the bosses. That's because even if you remember my fight against the Elder, that was very close to a no upgrade fight, and that's because bronze is really weak overall. Kidding me? I'm feeling like I'm pulling out a lot from all of these tombs. I already know I've got two in the top bucket. When I have enough in the bottom bucket, then it means I'm almost done. First thing, let's drop 150 plus 300, that's 350, and I'm past there. 410. Not bad. Now you can imagine having to make multiple trips back and forth to your base for every time you went to the max load. It would be ridiculous. Honestly, if we could get a load somewhere near 6 or 700, no, that's not even enough. About 2 or 3 thousand, yeah, maybe then we'd be able to cope with the craziness that's required. Uh, Wrong way. You might be thinking this is a sewer, just in case you get that feeling from this place. It's not a sewer. This is a tomb, an ancient tomb. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Already a loose blob. That is a crazy big tomb by the looks of it. I might even end up finding a gate inside it. Yeah, so a lot of people end up getting rid of the key, the tomb key, and you can find double tombs and triple tombs. That's when you have crazy harvest. Even what I've harvested right now, I can't compare to the first time I played through and I ran into the triple tomb. In each one, there was at least 120, and I was just in that last bit required to complete my armor for the first time, and I just got so much of metal from that first mine that it just changed everything for my playthrough on that run. A lot of those dead ends are dead ends that we already see from the outside. The worst I ever had was a tomb where it actually went around in circles. So I kept looking through the open ways because of the way that I search. I believe that some of these tombs have been modified. Oh yeah, and in case you're wondering why I wouldn't notice the map which I cheated onto, that's because that map was complete. The entire map was shown. There was a cheat code to use to make your entire map visible. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Oh, I forgot about this. Any open section, you go in first. I just want to check my weight because of the way the metal organizes itself. Oh, dead end again. think I'm almost ready to call this episode done. Um, I intend to take you all through to the the one biome that I need to take you to give you a show of where I am in certain progresses with regards to the wolves. The wolves have been a real problem. I'm not gonna lie. The breathing is extraordinarily slow, and it takes a long time. Oh, and it's for that reason that I'm really getting frustrated. I don't have a way around it, and it's really important to have that wolf army. If I don't have that wolf army, I'm looking at another 2 to 3 hour fight against Muda. I could fight her through my base, but she's gonna destroy my entire base. She packs enough of a punch to destroy it. I could even transfer to another base, which is far better built for fighting Muda, but I don't want to do that there because I want to beat her on this map. Okay, so let's head back to base and let's head off to the mountain to show you how crazy the wolf breeding is. I know what's on my tail. No, it's okay, I don't know what's on my tail. I want this. That is super rare. Woohoo! Out of the swamps. Out of so long. Okay. Let's have a look at these guys. Yeah, they're incapable of breathing any further, so I'm not even gonna bother feeding them. I need the stamina for the mountain. There's no other way. The only reason why I took the route around the other time when I was here was because it's a little bit less intensive, but it's a longer route. It takes far longer to get around, even with these pauses to pick up more stamina. At least I mean there's like 5 goals. That's not good. If one of them is showing a sign, that means something is nearby. There's it. The only reason why I didn't like that was it will interfere with any breeding. They won't breed until they're gone. You can see that there's only 8 dogs. They'd be dead in a matter of seconds if I had to fight the boss. There's no hope. Okay, so that's gonna be about it for now. I'll bring you back tomorrow when I get into it for my heavy rounds, because regardless, no matter what happens, um, I'm only about 3 or 4 episodes away from a boss fight, and you are going to be joining me for that fight. No matter how far I get with this, if I don't have enough wolves, my second base is going. My base over here is going to have 2 wolves, and the other side is going to have like 20 or 30, and I'm going to try and win with just that limited amount. So catch you all in the next one. Until then, have a good day.